Hi everybody, welcome to the PRI Road Tour Highlight Show. I'm your host Ralph Shaheen here at our Speed Sports Studios. Got a lot of ground to cover here today. In fact, Chris Dyson for the Trans Am Tour is going to stop by for a little interview a little bit later on in the show. But first, let's head to West Chicago, where a gentleman by the name of John Babcock, the president of PowerMaster, believes that the quality of his employees and his products delivers the dependability you expect in your race car. Here's John.
Most people walk through the door and say, whoa, I never had any idea. I never knew this even existed in this country. I thought it was a little room with two guys and a light bulb. Here it is. We see it every day, so we don't think anything of it, but I get around the country. I've yet to go into a place that's even close to this. John Babcock, I'm president here at PowerMaster MCI. Been doing this since '81 with the parent company, MCI. We picked up the PowerMaster line in 2008. We've actually been building PowerMaster under a licensing arrangement since 1999, 2000. PowerMaster is known for starting motors, alternators, and power gens, which replace generators. We're known for dependability and durability, and great, killer tech service. Always somebody to help you. Starts with people, ends with people. Our people are seriously devoted. 70 components in every starter and alternator. You better damn well get it right. There's no do-overs. We have 80% of our workforce here 17 years or longer. You buy the brand, you're in the family. In the family means you need help, install help, problem-solving help. You're a phone call away. Don't guess. We do it for a living. Don't guess. Call us. Like we said on the production lines out here, they were at least 100 yards long at Ford. Over here it's, what, 30 feet long? You know why that is? In 30 feet you only have 50 defects if one thing has slipped by you. In 100 yards, it's stunning numbers. So this is a way, again, to control the process. Every day, control the process. People, it's all about people. Price doesn't dictate what we use on any of the components. You'll make up for it in reduced returns. They hemorrhage you out the bottom line. Plug those holes and the sun comes up and the birds start chirping. It's nice. Steel comes in one door and a finished motor goes out the other door. In between, you're making the frames, you're making the field coils, you're making the armatures. You're getting everything to play nice with each other. All of them built to rigid specifications. We're only as good as the ingredients. It's like a great pizza. You gotta have great sauce, pepperoni to be fine. A lot of things have to come together, and that's exactly what makes our product what it is. The people that put them together. I'm John Babcock, President of PowerMaster, and I am PRI.
Obviously, John's passion and attention to detail are contagious. His team has been producing some of the best electrical power units for race cars for over 20 years. Thanks for letting us stop by, John. Next up, we want to highlight a company that's been helping their customers design and manufacture exactly what they need. We're going to stop by the shops of Acurite, who asks the question, what's in your shop?
Hello, this is Dave Bogarwitz. I'm with the Heidenhain Corporation. I am in the Acurite Tech Center located in Schaumburg, Illinois. Today I wanted to go over the features and product specifications for the Acurite digital readout brand. We would like to start with the Series 100 display. This display will allow you to get up to 1 to 3 axis of position. It has the inch metric. It has the incremental and absolute features, the ability to zero the axes. If you want to move up to different feature contents, you can move to the ND203. This will give you 1 to 3 axis capability. It will give you the ability to do absolute, incremental, and preset reset. The other upside to this, it will give you features such as bowl calculator and linear calculations. As you can see here from the screen, you have a nice screen depicting the graphics of the bowl pattern, along with the ability to end it and then go back to the regular display. If you have to use a readout that has more than 3 axis, we have the 300 series display, as you see here, and that will allow you to position up to 6 axis all at one time, utilizing this IOB box to allow you to have additional axis. Acurite also offers a series of linear transducers that could be put on any grinder, lathe, or mill package. We start with the SCNC 50 series. This is a very slimline type scale that it's ideal for cross slides of lathes and really tight fit spaces. We have the SCNC 150, which will measure from 2 inches all the way to 119, and this is ideal for large lathes or knee mills. If you have to apply something that has a longer than 119 inches, we would recommend the LMF series. This is an inductive feedback device that gets mounted on a rail, and it can go up to 719 inches, ideal for those large horizontal boring mills and lathe applications in your shop. If you would like to have some I/O or constant surface speed capability on your lathe, we do recommend that you use this IOB box. This will allow you to interface some I/O specifications and give you the constant surface speed requirements on your lathe. We also sell an accessory called the KT130 Edge Finder. This is used to set datums, find circle center, or the center of the workpiece. It interfaces to all of the Acurite brand of displays. So if you need additional information on our products, you can go to acu-rite.com and download any one of these specifications on our website.
All right, Dave, thanks. We look forward to learning more about what Acurite is doing in a future episode of our PRI Road Tour Highlight Show. Now it's time to catch up with Chris Dyson. All right, Chris, so here you are with a doubleheader coming up this weekend at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. That is a racetrack that you've had some good success at, isn't it?
Oh, it's been great to us over the years. Personally, I've had a lot of good races here, and the team's been racing here. My dad won his first national championship here back in 1981. So you're talking about 4 decades of family representation down here. It's been good to us.
What is it about that racetrack that works for you?
I think it's just I think it's generally just very appealing. It's fast, it's flowing, it's high stakes. And it's one of these places I think that sort of separates the men from the boys. And I think that those kind of tracks make you lift your leg a little bit higher as an athlete and as a driver, but puts a lot of emphasis on the team getting the car right. And we've been fortunate to show up here a lot with pretty fast race cars.
One final weekend to settle this Trans Am championship, but it's a doubleheader. Two big races, one Saturday, one Sunday. That can really help shake things up. Talk a little bit about your point situation coming into this, because you're right in the thick of it.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's been tough because, we've had a couple of reliability issues this year. We've been fast everywhere, definitely in the mix every single weekend. I've got a remote chance of actually putting myself into consideration, but it's really, I think the battle is coming down between Tommy Dreese and Ernie Francis Jr. up in TA1. I got a few friends that are out here. Adrian Wolstowski's running in SGT. He's close. He's right in the mix. It's a fun fight there. And Ken Twaits, who was running in the XGT, he's running well. It's a battle royale here every weekend, though. Honestly, Ralph, the championship here is every single race. And especially this weekend, we've got guys like Boris Said showing up. Justin Marks has come out this weekend. It's exciting. Claudio Burton's added a second car. So it's kind of a blowout weekend here. I don't know if anybody's really thinking about the championship, but I can tell you we're going to be fighting pretty hard for these two race wins here.
And speaking of this category, it's a legendary class. There's always been some great manufacturer participation, and Trans Am once again seems to have a wide variety of vehicles running in the races. What would the fans see if they came out to the races this weekend? What types of cars are competing? What brands are being represented?
So, you're seeing the fastest sports cars racing in the United States as far as power, unbridled horsepower. And, these are the monsters that are familiar on the roads, too. I'm racing a Mustang. There's a Dodge Challenger out there. There's Corvettes, the Camaros, the classic pony cars, but mixed in with cars like the Audi R8 GT3, some Mustang production-based cars. And obviously, you've got a full field of the TA2 cars, which are Ford and GM products across the board. It's all American racing. High horsepower, loud, unapologetic, right back to the roots of what made this thing so great. There's a straight line in this series right back over 50 years, and it is fun to be a part of it because it's a what you see is what you get proposition, and the races are just 100-mile sprint slugfest. So, we're excited to be here. I personally really enjoyed being in the series, but you're seeing cars that are familiar to, your red-blooded Americans.
As Trans Am moves forward, what do you see with what's happening with the rule book and talking with sanctioning body officials that get you really excited about the future of Trans Am?
Well, the best thing about it is, Ralph, is that unlike a lot of places that where the rule book is getting like this and the grids are going like this, in this series, the rule book is staying consistent. And it's that consistency, and it's the long-term planning you can make when you have a stable set of rules. Pirelli has signed up for a long-term tire supply agreement with the series. That's terrific because it means if you can get your car in the ballpark, you don't have to be testing and you're not obsoleting things. But I think that one of the things that's really going well here in Trans Am, beyond just the intrinsic appeal, is that Tony Pirella's come in. He's packaged the series with some tremendous venues. I would put our schedule next to anyone's. To me, it's the envy of North American racing because we get to go to every single classic track, put on a great show. The dates are staying consistent, so we're getting some equity with the fans and the promoters. And, I think the series is really on the comeback trail now. And what I like about it is it doesn't have this, this rush to eliminate and obsolete. It's saying, come join and, come buy a car, make an investment. It's good here for a few years. Very few series right now that can say that.
You're a bit of a throwback driver yourself. I mean, yeah, you're running Trans Am, which is a legendary category, but you like to play around with the open wheel stuff too, even on the dirt. Talk a little bit about what you've been doing when you're not in your Trans Am car.
Well, the last couple of years have been great. We've been able to put together a nice operation with my crew chief, Sean Michael, out of Pennsylvania. And, we started running in some Silver Crown events, dirt and pavement. That's been tremendous. We've had some good success together. And we've also done some sprint car racing together. And for me, I wish I had more time because I'd be doing it a lot more. But whenever the schedule's allowed it, I've been trying to keep myself in the mix. And that racing is, to me, is as good as it gets. It's the DNA of American racing just generally. And I've just been really happy, the latter part of my career to be able to get in the mix. And I think it helped me out quite a bit as a competitor. And, Sean and I are continuing to run the program, and we're looking forward to doing some events together in 2021 and hopefully keeping up front.
You said it's helped you as a competitor. How?
Well, I mean, I think that, anybody who's driven on dirt could probably, answer that. Certainly from my perspective, having spent most of my career on road courses and asphalt, even in changing conditions, rainy conditions, you're not going to see anything as dynamic ever in your life as you will in, even a 10-lap sprint car race or midget race. And I think that the way that boots up your brain to be wired for being flexible, being dynamic, anticipating changes, means that when you're in a situation where you've got grip again, you've got a much wider bandwidth as a driver. You've got more tools in the chest, so to say. And I think that's helped me considerably, especially racing in the Trans Am series where we're grip limited for the amount of horsepower. So throttle control becomes a big thing. And obviously when you're on dirt, there's nothing more important than throttle control.
Okay, so your family has been legendary in American motorsports, competing in just about everything. You've driven all sorts of vehicles. What's left for Chris Dyson?
Wow, it's a great question. Honestly, Ralph, I'm just so grateful to be doing this and so grateful to still be racing at a high level. I mean, as long as I can get fired up to go run with the young guys, I want to stay at this game. And I've really enjoyed it. Racing keeps you young. And I think that what I like is I like going to the track, the camaraderie, the passion. It's unlike any other environment you can be in anywhere else. And obviously I've got a family that's grown, but my enthusiasm for the sport is undiminished. I love being at the track and I love competing, and I can't imagine my life without it. And I'm looking forward to continuing to pursue opportunities as they come along. I think more than anything else, what 2020 has shown us all is not only how much we all love racing, but how important it is to us as a way of life. And for me, if anything, it's my interest was already at an all-time high, but it's supercharged it this year.
Well, that's great, Chris. All the best of luck this weekend, and we hope to see you soon at a Trans Am race in 2021.
Thanks, Ralph. I look forward to it.
Well, that wraps up this week's show. We want to thank Ashley Van Dyke at avdmotorsports.com for helping us to coordinate that interview with Chris Dyson. If you'd like to stay in tune with what the PRI Road Tour is doing out on the road, well, you can check them out at Performance Racing Industries' YouTube page or performanceracing.com. And you can stay in tune with us here at Speed Sport at speedsport.com and Speed Sport TV. I'm Ralph Shaheen. That's it. We'll see you next week. As we go out, here's a little look at some of the other things the Road Crew Tour has found while crisscrossing the country. See you next week.
I'm Brad DeBerti.
And I'm Doug DeBerti. And we are idiots.
It's the intensity of what you do and why you do it. And now that we're in the seat business, it's about the safety and how well we can bless those drivers in being safe.
We all learn from racing, you don't get a chance to do it twice. You get a chance to do it right the first time. It teaches you a lot about business too. It's competitive from the racing side, we learn that. But I try and instill that into all our people at both companies.
At the think the first thing is you have to honestly believe in yourself and what you're and why you're trying to do it. I know some people have gone to college because they like the lifestyle of race car engineering or something. You have to really believe in yourself, and when you get down, just keep pushing yourself up. Surround yourself with great people, whether you're working for them or they're working for you.